What up, crypto warriors? It's Ultra Crypto back at it again. Today is Saturday, the 24th of April, 2021. We are still in the red. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we're still in the red, pretty much. And we're starting to see now ETH is starting to go down as well. Well, it was up during the week while Bitcoin was sliding down. And it was pretty much the only coin going up besides Doge in some points, but there was a reason behind that, and I'll get to that story soon. But yeah, we're seeing everything go down as well right now still. Doge is recovering right now over the past 24 hours, up almost 15%. Solana is still killing it. And who else we have? Monero. Oh, it's funny. I was just researching on Monero earlier. I might do an in-depth Monero video. BitTorrent is still up. OKB, who else? PancakeSwap. They have good news coming out about PancakeSwap. They're having a V2, version 2, launching soon. Maker is up for the week. We are scrolling down, baby. This is NEM, sideways but in the green. Celsius is up. I have no idea what good news Celsius have, but they have some good news. Holochain, right? Who else? Leo token and Pirate Chain are what? Pirate Chain has been killing it over the past 7 days. And yeah, that's Wink. This is a Tron derivative, not derivative, but a Tron derived token, or based on the Tron network. All right, it's a Tron token. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So a few coins in the green out of the top 100, and only a few that I know of that have good news. I have no idea what's going on with Tron. So Tron is up, so a lot of their tokens based on them, like BitTorrent and Wink and all that stuff, is in the green as well. But I know Solana, they're having some good news right now. I gotta check their DeFi projects out. They're supposed to be having some great yield farming on their projects, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I have some Sol myself, and Dogecoin, well, you know, it's Dogecoin. So let's get into it, man. Here we are, coming from Decrypt. A fourth Ethereum ETF hits Canada, 8th crypto ETF in North America. So they're playing on words here, where they're saying North America, you know, to normal audience who don't take the time to read a little bit deeper, right? Just skimming over the headlines, we'll see North America in a lot of these titles and think that the ETF is here in the United States. However, they're speaking of our neighbors to the north, which is still technically a part of North America, the continent. And yeah, Canada, this is their fourth Ethereum ETF and the 8th ETF in crypto that's launched this week. And that's why earlier this week we saw Ethereum pumping. Yeah, but they launched 4 Bitcoin ETFs and now 4 ETH ETFs. Try to say ETH ETF fast 5 times. Go ahead, do it. I dare you. But yeah, this is good news again. We're starting to see those people starting to see the Canadians, right? The SEC up north. They are taking this crypto thing, and pretty much running with it, right? And they're allowing for institutions and for regular people to get involved in the crypto space. Next, we have a Black Swan author. This is coming from Decrypt again. Taleb blasts Bitcoin as a Ponzi and gimmick. Now, he was a huge proponent for Bitcoin just a couple of years ago, and now he's taking a hard 180 and saying that Bitcoin is garbage. All right, so Taleb said, all right, this is what he said about Bitcoin, has the characteristics of an open Ponzi. There's no connection between inflation and Bitcoin, he said, referencing a popular line from Bitcoin devotees about Bitcoins being a hedge against inflation. If you want to hedge against, this is coming from him now, if you want to hedge against inflation, buy a piece of land, grow, I don't know, olives on it. You'll have olive oil if the price collapses. With Bitcoin, there is no connection. That, he answered his own question right there, or answered, or is validating the Bitcoiners with that statement right there. There is no connection. That's the point. It's outside of the system. That is the whole point. It is outside of the system. It's not influenced by, like, right now, I shouldn't say it's not influenced by the system, because right now we're seeing it being influenced as far as like with tech stocks. However, over a longer period of time, Bitcoin has no correlation with any system, all right? Has no correlation with any market. The correlation is like 0.3% or something like that. I should have had those numbers up to blast them on the screen. But yeah, it's funny that he's dumping on Bitcoin right now when Bitcoin is dumping, right? This is when all the FUD comes out. When to try to, in my opinion, he's fudding it now to try to drop that price down. This way, he could possibly pick up some more. Now he's saying that he's going to sell all his Bitcoin. I want to see proof. Let's show the world your wallet, right? And that you basically emptied your wallet out and got rid of all your Bitcoin. Okay? In this little piece right here, he's stating that it's pretty much tied to the traditional financial markets. In the short term, you'll see everything all tied together when we're having like a liquidity crisis, or, you know, but for instance, when COVID happened last March and the whole world shut down and everyone was trying to get their hands on as much cash as possible, they sold everything. They sold everything and all the markets dropped and the bottom fell out of everything. But then everything else, like afterwards, it started to climb back up or whatever the case may be. But again, when you take a longer time frame look at things, Bitcoin doesn't have a real correlation to any of the traditional markets. Let me see that. Yeah, that was pretty much it that I have to say about it. And, you know, whenever you see someone takes a hard stance against Bitcoin in this manner, who they come out for it, and then all of a sudden they change their mind and start talking bad about it, I think they probably got a tap on the shoulder, so to speak, from someone above them and say, hey, you need to start talking bad about this thing, or, you know, we're going to let the skeletons out of the closet, or they're just trying to manipulate the market because the market is still so small, right? That somebody as popular as he is, I have no idea who he is, but right, that have a following, okay, he could try to manipulate the market as much as possible to drop the prices to get in at a favorable price for themselves. And last but not least, we have Raoul. All right, Raoul wants to sell his Bitcoin to go all in on Ethereum. My goodness. All right. So Raoul, we all know him, you know, ex-Goldman Sachs executive, expressed his bullish sentiments about Ethereum on Wednesday. He ended his argument by stating that ETH is the better asset allocation for performance right now. Yes, right now. But in the long term, okay, in the long term, actually, I'm going to pull up the ETH Bitcoin chart right now. So we're going to look at the ETH and Bitcoin chart right now. Actually, let's start off with the ETH USD. In terms of ETH outperforming Bitcoin in US dollar terms, yes. Ethereum has been killing it since the crash of last March in 2020, since the event, right, in 2020. It's up over 1,000% since then, in US dollar terms. However, if you look at the ETH Bitcoin chart in terms of the value in Bitcoin, Ethereum still has not hit its all-time high of 0.15 Bitcoin, or in this case 0.14 Bitcoin. Let me see if I could zoom in on that 2017, 2018 bull run. Let's zoom in real quick. Let's get the all-time high going here. Okay. Yeah, it didn't even hit 0.15 Bitcoin. It says 1500. Let's get it in Bitcoin prices, player. Should be 0.15 Bitcoin. It is showing us still. Let's hit the refresh. Hit the refresh, and here we are. Nope, I want the max, not the last 24 hours. I want to see and show you guys that it still have not hit its all-time highs in terms of pricing it in Bitcoin. So yes, if you're talking about US dollar terms, ETH has been crushing it. It has been killing it. That's why Ethereum is a part of my portfolio. You're right. Ethereum is about 30% of my portfolio right now. Majority of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. Okay, majority of my portfolio is in Bitcoin, and this thing is taking forever to load. But we'll go to Bitcoin, and here's Bitcoin price in Ethereum. Okay, it takes 22.3 Ethereum right now for one Bitcoin, and here it is back in the day, right? Cost way more Ethereum back then, yes, but as far as Bitcoin is concerned, Bitcoin will always outperform Ethereum in the long run. Again, in a longer time frame, Bitcoin will outperform Ethereum in a longer time frame, and that's just in my opinion, at least, or what I have noticed. In a longer time frame, Bitcoin will always outperform Ethereum, and he even states that, right? But I think what he's looking for right now is based on a shorter time frame, and basically a shorter time frame, and in terms of US dollars, not in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of US dollars and not in terms of Bitcoin, because it still doesn't want to load. Why is it messing with me right now? Come on, man. Come on. What is this thing doing? All right, so here, let's hit the max, and it's linear. It still give me the price in USD and not in Bitcoin, even though it reset it to here. This stupid thing here. Bitcoin. We want it in Bitcoin. Come on. In Bitcoin. There we go. There it is. So the Bitcoin price, the highest Ethereum has ever gotten was 0.14 Bitcoin, or about 14.7% of one Bitcoin with ETH. Right now, it's sitting at 4%. So although he's looking at it and seeing it like it's coiling up to bounce, will it ever surpass its all-time high? I don't think so, because Bitcoin, again, will be outperforming it at the same time. So I don't think it'll ever pass it in terms of Bitcoin pricing, but in US dollar pricing, yes. Like it'll outperform Bitcoin in US dollar pricing, yes. All right, so let's go back to this article here and dig into it some more. So he's saying that, yeah, it's going to be ETH is a better asset allocation for performance right now, but he's probably talking about in US dollar terms. All right, ETH is rapidly becoming the currency of the digital world, and Bitcoin is the pristine collateral and base layer. Everything always comes back to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is that new base layer for this new digital world. Gold is the base layer for our analog and the old world, right? And everything else is on top of it. So you have, your layer one, which is currency, paper currency. Your layer twos, or not layer one, but your layer twos is paper currency. Your layer maybe 2.5 is credit cards, and like layer three or whatever is like and your Venmos and your PayPals and your WeChat and all that stuff, right? So layer one, base layer, gold, and everything else is stacked on top of it. Layer one, Bitcoin, and everything else is stacked on top of it. Everything is stacked on top of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, just like he stated, is that pristine collateral and base layer. He even have Peter Brent, who is also one of the world's most respected commodity traders. If you know been in the space, you know who Peter Brent is. And like they said, he's commodities trader. He's been trading since the 70s, since before I was born in 78. So he was trading way before that in mid 70s. And he's agreeing with Raoul Pal right now. He said, Raoul, I see it the same way. And I don't think people should come down on him, for seeing it that way, right? Because he's like, he's thinking in a high time preference, meaning he's thinking about a quick flip. He's thinking about it as a trader, right? He's a macro trader. He's a trader. That's what's behind his name. Okay, he's a Goldman Sachs trader. So he's thinking in short time periods here. Okay, he's not thinking long term. Okay, as a holder of Bitcoin, you're thinking long term, or me personally, I'm thinking long term, and everything else will be built on top of Bitcoin. Let's discuss it in the comment section below. Smash a like, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. And let me know what you guys think about these articles I covered today, between Raoul Pal saying that he might get rid of all his Bitcoin to get it on ETH. We have this dude turning a total 180 and saying that Bitcoin is a Ponzi now, right? And we have ETFs in North America, just not in the United States. All right, let's talk about it again in the comment section. Thanks for watching. That's Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.